What is up, everybody? Ekko Jungle is the next one on our list to show you guys how I play Ekko Jungle and what I think about this champion in general. I think Ekko Jungle is extremely strong, and the new item changes next patch might be really good for him with the new Proto Belt being 2500. So for starters, I'm going to start Q level 1. I'm going to try to solo Raptors here. Usually I start W if I'm starting a single target camp, but here we're going to solo Raptors. So we're going to auto the babies. We're going to try to hit everyone with the passive proc going. So there, if we're able to hit it, it's ideal. If not, it's fine. The next cycle is generally when you start to kill. So the thing about Ekko is your W is actually kind of important for your clear because it does a passive damage thing where when it gets below a certain HP, your autos do a missing health magic damage. So that 35 is the bonus from W. So it speeds up your clear a lot. So we're going to start W level 2 and then we're going to start E level 3. And for Ekko, comboing is very important. Just knowing how to get the passive proc, knowing when to Q, and just being able to angle your W is really important. Ekko's a one-trick jungler, so you're going to have to invest a lot of time to get better at him. I used to play a lot of Ekko back in the day, but he does take a good amount of time invested. So Nocturne is the enemy jungle this game. We saw him bot side, so always want to check exactly what they're doing and just think about what kind of plays you have on the map. Since he's bot side, I actually think I can do a kill here. Ekko 3 is really strong. I could easily go for a mid gank too, or top play. So let's look for a mid place because I think Irelia wants to farm. And I think Irelia wants to play aggressive here, so we're just going to go in early. And because we got the passive going, because we had the, actually Vargard chain with my W is really broken. Because we had the W and we know Irelia needs to trade to go in, that was just a perfect timer. And I know Nocturne's going topside, so I'm going to danger ping to let my team know that he's there. And I'm going to reverse gank here because my bot side jungle is literally on its path. So here, how do I want to gank? I just want to walk up. I'm going to W this because I think it's the direction that they want to go in. And if worst case is, I'm going to do my damage. And yeah, it's perfect gank angle. No one died there. This game is going pretty well. You always want to W ahead of where you think they're going to be. So because I know they're not going to run into my bot lane in that situation, their only way is to run to safety, which is their tower. So I just W the brush to give vision. Your W gives vision. So even if you don't hit it, sometimes it's used as a zoning tool. So there a lot of time your E is an all attack reset. You always want to utilize that. And we just want to get it below half health. You can just start E'ing with the missing health damage. It just speeds up the clear a lot. And W self to clear more. Your W stuns the targets and also gives you that shield. It's really, I think Ekko, it's really difficult knowing when to go in and all that kind of stuff. So I find people struggle a lot with this champion. I think the hardest part is just understanding how to plan your W. And really a lot of it is just thinking, you have to think like, where do they want to go? Like if I was to W in this situation and I was ganking from here, this guy wants to run backwards, so I would throw my W around here. If I was ganking here, I would probably W, like where he wants to go. Because once they see you, they're going to run away. But if I think they're going to all in, then I would probably W where the Jace is. So in that mid situation, we W'd here because she was going in, right? So that's a good way to play it too. So here I think I could gank top, so we're gonna check fast and we're gonna do the thing we talked about, how we want to W in a way that we think it's gonna work. So here I want him to go in. And I think he's gonna W this way, so I'm gonna just angle it a bit there. But he can actually go unstoppable, so it's actually not as good. But he kind of trolled there. I mean, it worked out here, so I'm going to push the wave. I think his W is down, so that's really good for us. So I'm going to get my W here. We get the stun off. And beautifully done. Actually, me and Jay's synergy has been pretty good here. And because we're somewhat low, plus the next side of jungle camps is our Raptors, we're way too far to run here to there. It's faster for me to just base, buy whatever I want, pink ward, whatever, and then just run straight bot than it is for me to like run all the way to like here. So this is just utilizing the base timer. If I was full health, maybe, but the distance there is just not that good for you to run, right? Basing and just running from base is a lot faster. So here I would W and then I'll just Q to get vision. And it's really important to be proccing your passive and getting the return Q. The return Q is where a lot of your damage is going to be. So always want to get the return Q damage. There I saw Nocturne checking Dragon, so we're just going to see what the hell he's doing. I'm just going to ward to see what jungle camps he's thinking about doing. It looks like he's on red, so we see him on red. So what we're going to do is we're just going to pink and we're going to W where I think he's going to be. And we're going to get the red buff right after. And I'm going to check Krugs here, because if I get Krugs, I'll be 6. If we're 6, we're really strong. Okay, we're 6 here, so I'm going to get it. Ekko, it's okay to smite early because you get the missing health. But if someone is nearby, I don't really want to smite early, right? So you have to think about that kind of stuff. So here, if I want to hit a W, I'll probably angle it like here. I'll wait a bit to show. I'll get the stun off. I'll proc my passive and then run. And if they ever fight again there, I can use my R to go backwards in that situation. Usually Ekko, you should play a bit more to farm, but because I'm kind of smurfing this game in a good way, we can just play for that. So your E can go over a lot of walls. It's a very broken ability for getting over walls. You can pretty much go over any wall that other champions can hit. And because I really want my proto belt before I base here, so I'm gonna go around a bit and see what kind of camps we can steal before I base. I don't base when I'm so close to my item. Like here, for example, I think she might go this way. And I don't want Nocturne to get this jungle, so we're just gonna go on him. Your passive does a lot. We have our R, so we're okay. We're gonna wait his spells up, and we're gonna R to do the damage. And here we're gonna W on top of ourselves, and just kind of kite the Aurelia into our W's back. But there, it's actually worked out pretty well. We'll help this guy push the wave. We don't really have to take CS, but what I like to do is just to get it low, grab a couple melees if I really wanted to. Usually when you're taking farm, just give them the cannon. These like laners, they're very sensitive about their cannon, so you just want to give them the cannon and then they feel good about themselves. Their self-esteem goes up. But the rest you just want to avoid stealing. Here I'm just going to back up. I have a lot of money. I could start Herald, but this is a bad time to do Herald because my team is all basing and they're way too far for me to like start Herald. It's just much better if I wanted Herald here is to just reset, get a huge item buy, and then go and do like my red and maybe my raptors and then do Herald. Ekko's more of a farm jungler, but he's also a ganking jungler. Like you could see how strong I am in ganks if I'm able to hit my W, if I'm able to kind of think of my spells. And also a combo is you can EW at the same time. You can use your proto belt as you're about to hit them with your dash to help hit the Q. And there are some Q cancel animations you can do. You can use your Q in your E animation. So here, I would try to utilize it if I can. But usually it's really important to hit the damage on the back part. Like Ekko Q is kind of weird. Like you see how it does damage when it returns. You have to kind of run past the champion if you want to get that damage on the return. Here I see this guy's fighting, so I just want to make sure we can help here and back him up. Here it's not so much important to hit W as it is. I think this guy will all in. It's not as important to hit W in this situation because he's so low that we don't need the stun at all. The stun is much more important for... Here I just check if he's getting R'd. If you press your tabs, your function keys, you can see exactly who's getting ulted. Your W is more important early game and for ganking and also for surviving later in the game. Here I don't think I'm going to hit a W, so I'm just going to save it a bit. I'm going to ulti W way ahead of him. Reset the aggro. I can wait for my next E before I go in here. On R right back, so I'm out of there. And just throw a Q out, might as well. Here I can flank on the same people. I have Protobot up. I'm super strong. I have a few angles here. You can E over walls, like I said. think it's a bit dangerous without R up to fight like this. Well, Pro about to reset aggro here. I'm gonna flash Zephyr range. I mean, I did it literally. I'm playing like a psycho, bro. I'm psychotic, man. Ekko was a time warden, bro. You gotta play a little crazy. And boot spy, you always want to like maximize your damage. The build's pretty standard. Protobelt into Lichbane. That's a pretty standard build. And the reason why I think he's gonna be good next patch is this item Protobelt's getting less AP, but it's gonna be worth 2,500. So you're gonna spike so quickly. And also I prefer to go into the item, but if I don't have enough, I go Sheen. Yeah, with the Protobelt, you're gonna spike so early. 2,500, you're gonna have your item, and Lichbane will be a bit cheaper. So I have my 2 items spiked really fast, which is really important. So next season, I think Ekko jungle should be better. But we're gonna have to see. It's all up in the air. A lot of item changes. But I think he could be a good jungler. Jace is dead. I do want to play for dragon, so I just want to get the dragon. Here we just started because we're so ahead. It doesn't really matter. I most likely will use my Herald bot side because bot lane's winning. I want to continue winning bot. Bot's the most important lane in the game too. So I'm going to drop my Herald pretty fast here. I'm pretty sure that's the wrong decision there, my man. So I'm going to just keep autoing here. I can always go crazy. Because I have this get out of jail free card. So when you have the R, you can always go crazy with your dives. But it's really important to proc your passive and try to get the return Q. Ekko doesn't have insane amounts of damage yet. I do have to hit like everything to kill them. So hitting your W is not as important, but hitting... I just want to proc my passive here. I mean, I could have got out, right? But well, I just throwing in a little razzle dazzle for you guys. But always W as you're escaping. You can possibly turn on people like that. I didn't think they were gonna send the whole like militia after me. But it is what it is. I usually die a lot, so I don't like to go Medjai's. I find Medjai's good on champions that... I find Medjai's better on solo laners because I think junglers are under leveled a lot, so it's easy for you to die. But as like a solo laner, you're more higher up level, so solo lane Ekko, Medjai's is really good. But for me, I'm just gonna sell it so I can spike on my 2 item. Usually when I get 2 items, I just play to just end the game. Your ideal like mindset is just like on 2 item spikes you're trying to end the game. Like jungle's strongest point is the 2 items. This is pretty much your peak gaming. And you just want to do as much value, get all the objectives. I already got all the objectives right now, but you just want to play really aggressive here. Taking side lane's fine. This guy's asking to die. You can always E Protobelt to kill people like this, so you don't really have to waste anything. Here I W, for example, here to see where he goes. Auto kill. Protobelt proc Stark Harvest, plus it's a bit of damage, which is nice. And I'll most likely try to, you know, play a bit side lane here. I don't like side lane too much when jungle objectives are, when I have the debuff, like, until 20 minutes you get less experience, but it's not that much less. Here I actually do want the tower, so I'm just gonna W. Okay, no flash, no flash. I think we can kill him here. We have our abilities. I think he might be here. Rock my passive. Wait for a spell shield. And then just go in after that. I'm gonna get the return damage. I'm gonna slow them with my passive move speed. I'm really hard to glue. I'm kind of like glue right now. It's really hard for them to go on me. I'm kind of waited out here. Block the passive and run like we talked about. I'm gonna heal up a bit. Protobell was coming up. I could have killed him, but my Protobell ran out. Bro, you can E this wall. You can E this wall, okay? I was just like, because the Raptors were there, you have to adjust your movements a bit to make sure you can get in range. Depth Cap's really good. Zhonya's, you think Zhonya's is good on Ekko, but Zhonya's is actually not good on Ekko. You just want to get like as much damage as possible, like Depth Cap. You just straight up go as much ability power. You can go Banshees. You need Banshees. If they have CC. The Zhonya's is bad because you don't really have good... You pretty much have like a free get out of jail card. And just using Zhonya's and standing in place kind of screws around with your R. So I prefer to go just Depth Cap, maximize your AP, go into Void. These are like essential items. And after that, I can maybe go like a tankier item if I need to. The idea is I just want... The faster I kill them, the better. Here, we're just gonna see... Ooh. You get so much damage on your passive damage. Sometimes you don't even have to kill them with anything except for your passive auto. Very important. So here I'm going to play on Dragon. As we're farming, how do we want to play the map? So because my bowling's strong, I'm just going to group up with them. And we literally just play for objectives. Like, the game is so predictable. How do you carry games? Is you just steal objectives, kill side laners, kill people like this whenever they're doing something dumb. And it's just, a game is like such a simple formula. Kill isolated people. Always think about it the game like this. The less people in a fight, the better odds you have of winning it. So if I fight 3v3, that's a decent fight if I'm strong. But if I fight 3v2, that's just a higher probability of winning. In that situation, it was just a 3v1, right? So the odds need to be in your favor. You always want to play fights with better odds. You want to feel the advantage in the decision you make. So here, I think flanking, I have people. I think it could be good. I'm going to W here because I think she might go this way. Smite her to kill. Q slow always first. Bro, I'm spamming my R, but this guy kidnapped me. Sent me to... Oh, he sent me through the dark portal. What the hell was that, man? K'Sante's such a disgusting champion, bro. I literally entered a new expansion from that ulti. Like, I'm tanking tower... Like, I should be immune to tower shot if he's sending me across the world. That shit is so stupid. Whatever, though. I should have not dashed so far. I should play slower there. Oh, it's just important. If I procced my passive there, I would have killed him. Or if I ulti there, I could get out. Here are function keys to see who's Nocturne ulting. So Nocturne Trail always shows in the dark. I pretty much scan the area to see which teammate is revealed for my vision. So here we're just going to finish the red. You see the passive damage, yeah? Very, very high. And Baron, you can always steal Baron with your E-Smite. Your E-Smite does around like 1700 damage. It's super broken. If anyone starts Baron, you have to steal it. And you have R to get out. I promise you, E-Smite at least 1500 damage. It's free. You'll always steal it. Here, I'm just going to EW, Protobell. Q slow, keep the chase. Next E, she's dead. Auto Irelia. Try to reduce as much damage as we can. You don't want to stand auto for auto with someone. You always want to cycle and wait for abilities. Like, I always just kind of wait for my spells again. I just cycle and wait. And when your E and Q combo comes back up, you can slow them, you can look to go in again. But try not to, like, just stand there and auto attack someone like full health. You're not going to win these auto trades. You're all about these spell rotations. Like, getting another E off is it's a guaranteed 800 damage. So it's very important. But pretty much with my decap, it's just very much a god tier. Now you can start, like, really taking over in side lane. If I wanted to, I'd just side lane all day, right? It doesn't matter. Now there's no debuff. I mean, they gave up, but, like, I would have gone Void. In this game, I would have gone... You could go Zhonya's, like, last item, depending on the game. Or you can go, like, Banshees, too. That's pretty much the build. I hope you guys liked that video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Good luck in your games.